When is it really acceptable for like a man to cry?
And then like you just see like all your friends like instantly going to like big time colleges and they're like having the time of your life.
Shed a tear, just get out of nowhere sad over like too much anger.
To be honest, y'all said it all. I couldn't agree more.
What's up, everybody? We back with it on the DCL podcast. I'll let my guests introduce themselves.
I'm Jacob Perry, sophomore at ISU, majoring in business management.
I am Mihal Mish, freshman at ISU.
Cole Zondo, I'm also a sophomore at ISU and I'm majoring in business admin.
We got some interesting, juicy debates for you guys today. So we're going to start off. Should people go to therapy?
I don't think so. For some people, it works. For some people, it doesn't. I think the best therapy is the gym because you're focusing on yourself and focusing on making yourself better.
It just depends on the person, to be honest, because the gym isn't really the route for everybody. You can't like really put the majority of people like who need therapy that go to the gym. So I would say some people just like more of like a chill one-on-one interview type thing where you could just like kind of say your thoughts to them and stuff like that. That kind of helps a lot of people too.
I think there's like different levels of like therapy though. Like a gym is like an outlet, but like there's like levels of like depression. Therapy is like more of like a serious thing. Therapy is like a really good outlet.
Do you really think talking about your problems resolves them?
I think it's really a case-by-case basis because for me personally, I would not take the therapy route just because I got other outlets and other ways to get my mental right other than going to therapy, as in, getting my mind right, going to the gym, reading books, waking up early, taking care of myself, brushing my teeth. You know what I mean? Just doing the daily things you need to do even when you don't feel like doing it. That's what I do. I keep that mindset. I got to keep doing it no matter how I feel. But with some people, they don't have that mindset, and they do need to go to therapy. They do need to seek outside help.
I would definitely agree with that. I would say like my therapy is basically, like you said, being productive in the day. If I wake up early, clean my room, and like get everything, like all my homework done and stuff like that, like that's my therapy. Then like I'm chilling, like because before that I'm stressed. Like if my room is dirty or some stuff, or like if I'm doing bad in class or like not getting my homework done, procrastinating, and then I like get on top of all that, it like relieves all that stress.
How do you guys feel like your mental state got from college?
Last year, mine was pretty bad just because I'm a transfer student. I came from a school that was like 800 kids, so it like felt like high school. And it was just like kind of in the middle of nowhere, like in Indiana, so like I didn't really have anything to do. Had to like drive 30 minutes to like the nearest like big town to like go to the mall or something, like go get like main food, stuff like that. And that was just kind of like wasting gas money, like there and back 30 minutes every day. Like I was tired of it. So when I came to ISU, I knew I always wanted like a bigger environment just because coming from like Chicago, it's like it's a big area and stuff like that. So like going from Chicago to like nowhere in Indiana, it's kind of like a hard transition. So when I came to ISU, I would say I definitely got like happier for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Jacob. Like last year, it was like a tough year. I did like community college at home, and then like you just see like all your friends like instantly going to like big time colleges, and they're like having the time of your life, and you just know you're at home and missing out. So definitely like being able to transfer and like come to a big school like this was definitely everything like I wanted. I looked forward to it, and that's all like I looked forward to like last year. I was like, I just need to do good in school so I could just get out of here, and that was just like my main focus.
You guys are both sophomores. You're a senior, right?
Yeah.
I'm just transitioning right now. I have all A's, surprisingly. Never had that in high school, which just surprising how I could like prioritize school and still do all the other things I do, like the gym, the frat. I feel like that transition is surprisingly easy.
Going into college, I was like 17 too, so it was definitely hard, bro. I was really young in an adult environment. I mean, in college, you're still being like handheld in life, kind of, sort of, to say, because it's not like you have that pressure to make 50 or 100 grand a year right now because we're in college where our pressure is to do well in school. If we're doing well in school, then we're successful. It's still a big step, you know what I mean, going to college. And college is hard. You got a lot of responsibilities, priorities. It's the first time where you're your own person. Your parents aren't there to tell you, wake up. Your parents aren't punishing you. You don't have a curfew, so everything you do is on you. So it was definitely a big switch. My mental, it was a little tough. It was a little rough coming in, but I ultimately got settled to it. Should men cry to their girlfriends?
No, I feel like as men, we kind of have show that like toughness and braveness, and I feel it's one thing to cry, like everybody cries, but to like a girl in some way, like you need to be that like leader and have that like little bit of toughness in you.
I also do not think guys should cry to girls. It really depends on the issue that's happening. Like if someone in your family dies, that if you cry and she sees you crying, I feel like it's more acceptable. But if it's like over like you're stressed out over your whole day, then you start crying to her, her, you just seem weird. You're supposed to show that you're mentally there, that you have the ability to protect her. Just show her that it's okay for her to feel sad. And I feel like it's harder for a girl to respect someone if they see them crying.
If you're over here crying in front of your girlfriend, and not crying as in you had a traumatic experience happen to you, you lost a family member, you lost a friend, not crying as in those type of sorts of things, but just crying because the day's not going right for you, or not crying over the smaller things. And even, there's some things that you're gonna have to thug through, but if you're crying in front of a girl, she's not gonna be able to respect you or see you in that light as my man, my protector type of sense. Once you open up that vulnerability, it kind of messes with the dynamic.
I feel like there's a few acceptable reasons to cry in front of your girl, but I still think you should like not do it. Some people don't agree with this in this modern society. I believe that a guy's role is to provide for his family, protect this girl in every sense, and like I have a girl best friend, and she like told me when her boyfriend cried to him, it was like he just seems so weird. Like how she was like disrespecting him basically after he cried in front of her, and like those emotions in a short-term relationship or like for like a year or two, if it's like 10 years down the line and you cry to her over a little thing, I don't think it would be that much issue. For certain things, it is okay, but for most, you probably should just keep that to yourself and do it in like when no one's there, like in a room or in the shower.
To be honest, y'all said it all. I couldn't agree more.
All right. We kind of like established that it's definitely not beneficial to cry in front of your girlfriend, but there are some situations in which it is acceptable. So whatever you cool with, it really depends on the dynamic y'all have, who you are, who she is. You know what I mean? Go on from there. When is it really acceptable for like a man to cry? Yeah, there are times where we do cry, but what are the acceptable times and what are the non-acceptable times?
I would say the acceptable times, mostly just like family related, like incidents and stuff like that. The only way I cry is like if somebody in the family dies or something like that. I can't remember that. That was the last time when I was like a kid. So
the last time I cried was definitely like losing a family member. That's like one of like the only times I've really been like in my feelings, like crying like that.
The last time I think I cried was my parents got divorced during the summer, and my dad like was apologizing to me, and he shed a few tears, and like I went to the bathroom and I started like crying. That was like a big like thing. If you see your dad cry, you know shit is bad.
If you see your dad cry, you gonna drop some tears too.
That was also the first time I ever seen that. Like it was just like a shock. Have you ever had like shed a tear and just get out of nowhere sad over like too much anger?
You're so angry, you
Start to like tear up a little bit.
Yeah. Just like I feel like it's just like the emotions, all the emotions just coming out.
It doesn't always come out and just you being sad, poofy. Sometimes you're angry and it just comes out. It's just the emotions.
When you guys were younger, have you guys got like caught crying by anyone? Probably a little stupid question.
Does height matter? Protecting girls.